For the first time, UK Hindus has issued a manifesto for their demands from the future government ahead of July 4 general election. A group of Hindu organizations has released a Hindu Manifesto ahead of the UK elections. The manifesto offered 7 demands to the UK's upcoming administration following the elections. The demands include the recognition of hatred towards Hindus and safeguarding of temples in the UK. Hello and welcome. This is Akanksha and you're watching HW News English. The Hindu Manifesto consists of 32 pages booklet reflecting expectations of politicians from all parties seeking to earn their support. They want the candidates to publicly embrace and endorse it on the social media. As of Tuesday, 4 conservative candidates has accepted the Hindu Manifesto, that is, Bob Blackman, Robert Buckland, Rajesh Singh and Theresa Willers. According to reports, 13 major British Hindu organizations including Hindu Council UK, Hindu Forum of Britain, Hindu Mandir Network UK, National Council of Hindu Temples and ISKCON UK collaborated on the manifesto, including the UK branches of BAPS, Swaminarayan Sanstha, Chinmaya Mission and Vishwa Hindu Parishad. There are more than 1 million Hindus in the UK. Sharing the demands on X, formerly known as Twitter, the collective said it thought 7 pledges from the incoming government. Dr. Neil Shastri, sharing the manifesto on his Twitter handle, wrote, "Politics is all about building stronger and more cohesive communities. As we continue to build an inclusive Britain, we commonly share the values, shared aspirations, and I am pleased to be supporting the Hindu Manifesto 2024. The 7 assurances outlined in the Hindu Manifesto UK 2024 are recognizing anti-Hindu hate as religious hate crime and proscribing organizations and individuals engaged in it, protecting places of Hindu worship, access to fairer education, equal representation and opportunities for the Hindus, streamlining immigration, healthcare and social care, and lastly, acknowledging and protecting Dharmic values." Now, let's understand what is in the Hindu Manifesto. The manifesto calls for anti-Hindu hatred, which is on the rise in the UK, to be classified as a religious hate crime, and those who commit violence against the Hindus and undermine India's sovereignty to be monitored and prosecuted. Examples of anti-Hindu hate crimes include conflating diasporic Hindu identity with Indian citizenship, ethnicity and patriotism, denying or accusing Hindus of exaggerating Hindu persecution, including genocide, making unsubstantiated claims about political agendas of people who simply practice Hinduism. It cites an increase in hate-motivated vandalism, burglary, and threats against Hindu temples and demands for special security measures, support, and funding for them. It also calls for it to be made mandatory that Hinduism is taught at GCSE level, for greater number of language schools teaching Indic languages, and calls for candidates to champion the funding for more state-funded Hindu faith schools. The manifesto recommends Hindu champions are appointed in all prisons, hospitals and schools for article of Hindu faith, including Hindu deities, to be made available in prayer rooms in these places. It calls for more streamlined visa process for the Hindu priests and dependents of UK Hindus, often the elderly parents, to come to Britain, pointing out the process is cumbersome and expensive and seeks longer time limits on such visas. Access to fairer education by setting up Hindu faith schools and inclusion of experts from community in making syllabus more representation of Hindus in political parties and other public institutions, protection of Dharmic way. In a separate statement on its website, the group stated that despite the fact that Hindus in UK number over 1 million and have contributed significantly, they are underrepresented in the number of fields. The message went to say that Hindus in the UK must realize the power of politics and seek change. The statement further stated, "We must understand the importance of politics even though it's frequently considered a taboo subject in our community. Now it's time to change." Following the release of the Hindu Manifesto, the National Secular Society, that is NSS, a more than a century-old secularism advocacy organization, condemned the text and urged the next administration to reject these demands. The NSS stated that if Hindu organizations' demands are met, it will harm the work of human rights activists on the caste and gender issues. The NSS added in a statement that proposals will limit free speech and any criticism of Hinduism. The NSS statement further read that the manifesto defines anti-Hindu hate or Hinduphobia as a collection of antagonistic, harmful and disparaging attitudes and behaviors towards Sanatana Dharma, that is Hinduism, and Hindus that may emerge as prejudice, fear or hatred. That's all for this news report. Till then, keep watching HW News English and also download our app HW News Shorts for the latest news and updates.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.